Hi guys, hope you're having a great weekend. It's been a while since I last posted one of these videos, so I thought I would give everyone a bit of an update. Quite a lot has happened in that time. So first and foremost, I suppose, is that my book cover is done. Really, really exciting. The culmination of an incredible amount of work from a very talented artist called Tom McGrath. You'll find him on readsy.com, which is where I've been going for a lot of my help and assistance and buying those kind of services that people need when they're actually trying to self-publish or get a book off the ground, which is what I've been trying to do. So big shout out to him. I think what he's produced is amazing, absolutely amazing, really brought to life the characters. And it was a design that I settled on after a couple of sort of test illustrations, which I put out there for people. Some people like the second one, some people like the first. I opted for what I called the first one on social media in the end, with just the two figures. You can check them out on my Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Duncan Writes Fiction. See what you think. Hope you like it. We also did the back cover and the full cover to cover edit of it, and yeah, I'm really really pleased with this. It's starting to feel a bit real for me now, which is really really good. And yeah, other than that, I think the copy edit is currently in progress. I've had my first pass of that sent back to me. So I'm just kind of going through, and it very much feels like we're in the refinement stages of things now. Um, so I'm planning on kind of going through that with a fine tooth comb around the week of the 11th of August. So in a couple of weeks from now, I've got some time off work. Um, so looking forward to that for many many reasons, and I'll be spending some time going through that, just tightening up the dialogue. I think tightening up some of the emotive and descriptive language I've used. But I think as well, what I need to bear in mind is that because this is the first book of five, and I will be publishing all five of them, I want to just underscore the continuity of the book. So where there is something revealed to the reader that potentially could be important further down the line, I need to kind of refer to my world building and sort of call that out and just double check that subsequent books that need to call upon that or need to draw upon that as inspiration, it is accurate. Because I think there's a fear that I'll do the first book and I don't want to paint myself into a corner, because I've obviously written the other four books. They've just not gone through the developmental edit stage that this has. So for that reason, I'm a bit sort of nervous about pressing ahead with book two and kind of things coming untangled, because I've set up certain things in book one, and also don't want to box myself in as well. So there's a real balance that you need to strike between throwing everything into a book along with the kitchen sink, and also just leaving stuff out in case you're a bit nervous about how to tie things up later on. The entire story is finished. All five books are done. I know exactly how it ends, and I know exactly what happens to all the characters. How they get there will undoubtedly change. What I think when I hand my second book to the developmental editor, which will hopefully be in the new year, I'll be like, right, bear in mind, this is book two. And they'll go, yeah, thanks very much. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So, you know, it's going to be that kind of, it's going to be that kind of moment like I had with the first book. And when I just thought, oh God, is there any point in doing all of this? But no, keep the faith, keep the faith. Blessed be the restoration and all that stuff. I will get them all done. So that's in progress at the moment. But also the website. So DuncanWritesFiction.com is very much coming soon. It's so coming soon, in fact, that if you browse it, nothing will happen. So don't bother. But I have spoken to another very talented gentleman who I will detail more in forthcoming videos as the launch gets closer. He has sent me a very detailed missive about what I need to do to prepare for it, what kind of content I want, what kind of designs I want. Now that the cover is done, I have a baseline of artwork and inspiration from which to draw on. He's asked me about iconography, anything from the book, that any kind of objects or things from the book that are important, which I hadn't really considered actually, because I just think, as someone who has a background in IT, you think, oh, it's a website. There's a few menus along the top, and you click on a few things. But he's thought of a few things which I hadn't even considered. Not least of which was a mailing list, of course, which would be useful. So there will be a mailing list. I will probably detail that well in advance of the website launching anyway, because there's no harm in people being a part of the mailing list. I have an inquiries at duncanwritesfiction.com, but that's kind of just a bit of a contact thing. No, the mailing list is something that's very important. There'll also be a bit of a world building sort of universe page where I'll go into some detail about what I've created. Some of the other videos which I've released on YouTube on this channel as well go into a lot of detail about names, locations, places, politics, economy, that kind of thing, history behind things. So I urge you to check all of those out when you have some time. So that, I think the website will help give people a bit of background. They'll also be able to click on and see some character bios, which I'm kind of in two minds about doing, really, because I'm perfectly capable of illustrating. This is Fen. This is Hessa. This is Eleanor. This is Aiken. This is the Amaron. But beyond they are people, he's a man, she's a woman. Hessa's a strange, demonic-looking 12-year-old child with an odd history and background, who's an orphan. I'm in two minds about giving too much away. You want to tantalize people and whet their taste buds, but you don't want to necessarily give the game away too much, because otherwise, what's the point of reading it? So there will be some little juicy bits, but probably nothing massive when it comes to the characters. I think the main thing is that once the website is done, that will be a platform on which I can build for the future books, build for the other things to do with that specific universe which I've created. And that is targeting for being ready around about the 10th, 11th of October. So come mid-October, 2 weeks before the book allegedly launches on Amazon, hopefully, I thought about doing it, trying to get it sooner. I also thought about having a bigger pre-ordering window. People are free to advise me on how best to do that. But in my head, I'm kind of thinking that people's attention spans are quite limited these days, with the greatest of respect to my audience, obviously. People are going to see something and they're going to move on to something else very, very quickly. Better that I'm reminding them a few times right before the launch than telling them all, oh, it's coming in 6 months, everybody. People have moved on and forgotten about it, long after that happens. So I'm not too concerned about that. I think, okay, 2 weeks before launch, I can build a bit of hype. I can splash it all over social media. I can start to sort of promote it a little bit. And of course, the journey of promoting the book doesn't stop just because it's been released. I keep joking with people I work with about how I'll probably be driving around with a box full of books, just randomly bumping into people going, "Oh, here's a book," and I just, or every time I see a bookshop, I'll park there, pop in, and go, "What do I have to do to get one of these in your window?" It's just stuff like that. I think you've got to put the energy in is going to equal the energy that the things that you get out of it. You have to put into something to get something out of it, and it will all be very, very small scale, and that's absolutely fine. It's not coming to Netflix in 2026. We're not that I'm not that ambitious yet. We shall wait and see. I don't want to downplay it. I think it's a nice story. I think it's entertaining. I think people will like it. I think they'll buy into it and they'll like the characters. I'm biased, of course I am. But honestly, I think the motivation for this is to just, I want to have something that I can say I did this, be it a legacy or just something to mark my presence or existence on this planet. I don't know. It's a strange sensation. Um, so yeah, I want to be able to point to something on a bookshelf and say that was me. Um, yeah. So anyway, time will tell. But that was kind of it for now. So website hopefully mid October. Book launch 1st of November, Saturday the 1st of November. You can get my cover on social media, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Duncan Writes Fiction. I will be doing some more updates over the next few weeks just to kind of give you a flavour of how the wireframe designs for the website are coming along, what kind of things you can expect from it. It's going to be pretty straightforward stuff, but hopefully it'll help to build a bit of hype. If you've got any questions or any comments, please do leave a comment below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe this video. And yeah, short and sweet, but it's nice to be back online. Nice to be giving you guys updates. Feels like momentum is starting to build now, and I hope you can share in that with me. And I will see you in the next one.